We are live talking about rental fees. Man, these fees just keep getting worse and worse here in the Valley. And I think it's nationwide, but I'm seeing a lot of this stuff in the Valley. A technology package, $117. You have no choice on it. All these other rental fees we're going to be talking about today on this show. What's bugging you?
We're also talking about, maybe you've probably done it. I've definitely done it. You share a picture on Facebook, and then are you on the hook if that's a copyright picture? Could you be sued?
Yeah,
it's terrifying.
I know, and this person's getting sued for lots of money. We're going to talk about that too. And we're going to talk about Airbnbs. And, when you stay at an Airbnb and a VRBO, I guess I'm kind of paranoid about these things anyway, but I'm thinking, you see a camera up there and you wonder, are they taping you?
Or you don't see a camera.
Right. Yeah, no, or you don't see a camera. Anyway, it's Joe Ducey and KJ, producer with Let Joe Know and the Let Joe Know team. We're on every day on ABC15, ABC15.com. And every couple of weeks, we do something here where we want you guys to get involved. Tell us some of the things that are going on in your life related to consumer problems. We're going to share some of the things that we see here too. So at any time, get on here and talk a little bit about some of the things that you see and weigh in on some of the things that we're talking about.
Or questions that you have.
Yeah, questions that you have for us, because we wanted something where we could kind of engage a little bit more with you guys. So this person wrote about Airbnb. Let's put that first one up, Julie. The first letter that came in. It says, do we see it there?
Lindsay, yep.
It is up, right. All right. We recently stayed at an Airbnb in Phoenix and discovered that the host was recording us while we were staying there. They had cameras up around the pool area that were giving them a live feed of our movements in the backyard. And then my question would always be, well, how do you know this? I mean, they have a camera up there. How do you know this? We know this because we touched some of the pool equipment and immediately got a text message from them asking us not to touch it.
This is like my worst fear. I'll be honest. This is like one of my worst fears. We actually have Airbnb stays coming up.
Right. I mean, it's like, okay. And then he said, I don't know if the letter's still up there. You want to put that up again, Julie? It says, I'm writing to you now because Airbnb does not seem to be taking this seriously. They say they investigated and the case is closed. All right. Well, I'll have to say that we did not contact Airbnb about this. So I don't know about that part of it. But the fact that this person thinks that they're being recorded on Airbnb really is fascinating. The fact that it'd be like, putting the screen down and then getting a
don't touch my computer.
Don't touch my computer. It's like, oh man, have you ever had that? You thought about that before? And this was in like
I don't know if that's
because area.
I don't know if that's because we think like we work in news, so maybe I'm just like hyper sensitive and like creeped out. But I know we've had people who've written in before, and I think the Airbnb thing is if it's in the listing, if it's all the cameras are supposed to be disclosed. But in this case, it sounds kind of like they didn't know that there was a camera like right around the pool equipment.
Yeah, but have you ever actually had something where you read it and said cameras were disclosed?
Yeah,
it said we have two cameras. One is in the
like I've had one that has said, they have a security camera like in the front door.
Yeah.
Which it's like, okay, that doesn't really bother me.
No, I can see one outside. You want to see,
how many people are actually coming?
Yeah,
did I bring a dog and not say? Yeah.
I get it.
But I think the pool's weird.
Yeah.
That would make me uncomfortable to stay at that one. Yeah, pool or spa.
I don't know why they have it out there unless you have to pay extra to use a spa.
Or they're worried about people touching the pool equipment.
Yeah, I mean, that's weird. Anyway, if you have a question, if you have a problem with that, have you ever had that happen before? Let us know. I'd like to find out if other people have had issues with that, or you see cameras up there and you're not really sure whether or not, it could actually be on or not. And is there a record button? I've actually seen cameras in a bedroom before.
That's what you hear about people finding like the weird light, and they're like, what is this? And they're like that.
Right. You wonder if like through the panel, if there's something in there. So, I mean, I think Airbnb, I can't say they didn't do anything here. I don't know. But Airbnb, I think, should hear about these things. And I think, VRBO should hear about them.
My thing is also, I just feel like as a consumer, you're at such a disadvantage because it's a he said, she said, the listing between that. And then I get for a certain point, like why someone would want to have cameras to be able to back up their claim if they're making a claim.
Yeah, if something was broken.
It has to be disclosed. It's ick.
All right. Let's go to the other one and see if there's any. Anyway, if you have anything with an Airbnb, or if you ever thought about being recorded or something, let me know, because I'd be interested in looking into that a little bit more. All right, let's move on. What else we want to talk about?
Copyright.
All right, what's going on?
So this one was.
Well, I know what's going on.
Someone wrote into us, and they had shared a picture. You can go ahead and pull up number 2. They shared a picture on Facebook. It's Kristen. She said she's being sued for copyright infringement for posting a picture 3 years ago. I'm told I have to settle for $7,000 by August 14th, or else I'll be sued. The notice came via email. First of all, this is one lesson. The 3 years ago,
$7,000 for
the
putting a
internet
picture.
never forgets.
Yeah.
That's the 3 years ago.
Well, the picture, if you see it, right, it's like this.
We couldn't put it up because now we didn't want to.
Yeah, we don't want to
copyright.
offend the copyright. But anyway, it's a picture is basically of a graveyard with an eagle.
It was
like Photoshop.
It's like
actually,
a patriotic kind of picture for
on a tombstone.
Yeah.
And it was for Memorial Day, and the
Mhm.
person was basically saying that this person has two or three kids who are in the military, and they're very much into all this, and they were just putting it up there saying, hey, you know, we were thinking about you during on Memorial Day or whatever. You didn't put the other one up yet, right? I don't want that up yet. All right, good. So yeah, I mean, I think that you do it and you blindly do it. Now we've got some policies here at Scripps where they're very careful about that, right?
Right, on our professional ones, things that you can share, things, picture rights, everything like that. Obviously, because we work in a news station, so we have visuals for things a lot, so we have to get permission for all that stuff. But this is just like an average, you know, your everyday person, you know, especially like I see it, you know, my mom shares something, my grandma shares something, and you like it, give it a share, kind of. But like, I've never thought about, well, what's this picture that thousands of people have now shared.
And on the other side, you think, okay, well, if it is my picture, do I want everybody sharing it? You know, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's like, you know, are these Well,
my thing for this is, I would say there has to be kind of a line between, am I sharing it to, you know, like this to support my, or am I making money off of it?
Yeah.
And I think that should be the difference between, like, if you can get sued, if you can't get sued, kind of what rights you have.
Has anybody had that experience? When you put something up on whatever it is, do you check anywhere to make sure that picture isn't being seen? I think what these people do is, like, they have these law firms now, and I think they just have this software that just kind of
searches the picture. Reverse search.
I know Getty Images has something like that. Let's put the other one up there if we can, Julie. This was from the attorney. Considering the circumstances of this case, we believe that a settlement would be in the best interest of both parties and would prevent any further legal action from being taken. Our client is willing to settle this matter for $7,500 in exchange for a full release of all claims. So not only they took it down, but now they're being asked to pay $7,500. And here's a weird thing. You're getting something from somebody you don't know for something you did a long time ago, asking for $7,000. Are you just going to blindly send $7,000? I mean, I'd want to know.
Hopefully not.
All the details about it. I mean, I want to know proof that this person actually took this photo, that person is actually being represented by an attorney, that
they're actually an attorney.
You don't just send money. You know, I mean, who knows? Who knows where that's really going, right? Anyway, if you've ever had that happen to you, I'd really be interested in, and maybe we could pass it on to this person. All right. Sorry, I'm doing a lot of talking. Rental fees. Yeah, man. I mean,
this has been a problem for years.
I know.
But it seems worse.
And we rent. And I don't think we have, this isn't up there now, right? Because there's no letter. All right, let's go. Some of the fees you guys have been telling us about have just been crazy. I mean, we know that the rents here in the Valley are crazy. Now people are paying hundreds, over $100 sometimes a month in these fees that should be part of what you pay in the rent. I mean, I basically am asking now, what do you get for the rent payment? It's basically 4 walls, because you're paying for extra for the amenities, for the service, technology. Yeah. Julie, let's put up one of those slides and we can see, I don't know which one this is.
This one.
Yeah, these are some of the fees that have been sent in to us.
So this one has the technology package for $117. And then you're taxed on it too.
Yeah, you pay the $2 tax on the technology fee. And then, I've
had someone reach out to me before, and we got them off of it because it wasn't written into their lease, but it was going to be the next year that their apartment complex was talking about adding a technology fee, which was basically this, high rate internet.
Right.
And like, you have to be smart home, like thermostat stuff that you had to, it was going to be in the lease that you couldn't opt out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the thing is, that's the thing that, if you were being offered these things, that's one thing, but because they're mandatory, that's another. I mean, you should have a say over what you're actually paying here. Technology fee, I may not want that I may want to go with lesser. I may want to go with more. Well, you should be forced into doing something.
Yeah. And it was so interesting. The person who reached out to me was a veteran and had huge veteran service discounts for her technology. And so for like her internet and everything like that, she was paying like, it was like $20. Like it was something, and I was like, that's amazing. And she's like, why would I ever give this up? Because then if you go to a different service, even if she, or like provider, if she moves, she can't get that discount back. She's lost the time, lost like all the other stuff.
What kind of crazy fees are you guys paying? I know you're paying them. So give me some of those crazy fees and what you're paying. And what do you do if you contest it? What do they do? Let's go over somebody's still a technology package, 117. Front door trash pickup. Yeah.
That one, you get that one a lot. Yeah.
$33. I live next to the dumpster, yet I have to wait to get my trash picked up and pay $33 a month for it. Then you get taxed on that. Association fees, $52. I don't know what association fees. Do I have a choice in being, I'm renting here. Parking monthly fee. If you have a garage or a covered parking, I guess they make money that way.
Or we've seen some places where you get charged the parking fee, but it's not like assigned parking.
No.
Like it's still a free for all.
You just park somewhere in the lot and you're getting charged for it. All right, let's go to another one, Julie. Which one's that?
This one.
What's the first thing on there? Loan fulfillment?
Lease fulfillment.
Lease
this one,
fulfillment.
My
favorite part on this one is
tax lease fulfillment. What does that mean?
Tax lease fulfillment.
Lease fulfillment.
Okay, now it's not a lot of money. The first one is lease fulfillment is $8. Pest control lease fulfillment tax 12 cents. Okay. Pest control, rent, water income, utilities. We know that. Trash income tax. Okay. So
most of them make sense to me, but it's the lease fulfillment.
Yeah.
Like, what does that mean? I'm getting charged for literally just paying attention and following my lease.
For fulfilling your lease.
Yes. Which in reverse, then, if I get charged for fulfilling my lease, I want to charge them for fulfilling their lease. We can just even it out.
Yeah. You know what the problem with it is? The scales are just turned. It's like you have no control because there's so many renters in so few places, that they have the rights and all these things. It used to be the other way around where you could shop around. And people still say, well, you could shop around. You don't have to pay these things. Where are you going to go?
Right.
They're all doing it, and they all have the same management companies. So the same management companies manages like 50 places and they all have the same fees. So let's go to the last one. The last rental amounts. This one's great.
By great, you mean awful?
Yeah, awful. And there's some. It's not even. Some of these aren't even on here that I think we should talk about. But this one's okay. Trash, water, $51 for water. Anyway, sewer, UB West, whatever that. Okay, cam charge. $40.
Yeah, that was the one we were having questions about.
And I didn't write about this, but cam charge. Did anybody have a cam? What for having a camera on the property? What's a cam charge? $40 a month. So what? We're paying $480 a year, right? Yeah, for a cam charge.
I'm not going to try to math.
And then there's a survey. Okay, here's the one that gets me: real estate taxes. Okay.
We were talking about this one a couple of days ago.
You say what's bugging you? That's bugging me. I don't even pay it. And I'm
how can you pay a real estate tax if you don't own real estate? You're renting. That's the whole point.
I'm renting the place and I'm paying their taxes on that rental place.
And then you're getting taxed on it too.
And then I'm getting taxed
46 cents. It's not a lot of money, but
man, these things get me riled. These are just, I know these are awful, man. They're $21. Basically, you're paying all the fees that the landlord has. Not only paying your rent, you're paying for everything else that they have an expense for. Parking is there, payment for AMC. I don't know. Anyway, the other thing that a lot of people that really bugs me is when you get that common grounds electricity fee, or we don't have a thing for that, but common grounds electricity fee, common grounds, some other fee. So you're basically paying for the walkway lights that take place, the amenities fee for the pool.
Yeah.
I saw one that was common grounds insurance fee. So you're paying so now we're paying the taxes for the landlord, we're paying their insurance, we're paying for their pool key, it's up independent of the rising rent. Now, if the rents went down by half or by $150 or $200, then maybe I can make them up at some of the fees I'm paying here. But it just makes no sense.
Yeah. Let's go to Noelle has a good comment. She's talking about charge so many fees with our corporation too. HVAC filters that are incorrect, $9.95 a month, and they're not even correct. You got charged for your HVAC filters and they're not even right.
Wait, for changing the air conditioning filters? Why wouldn't that be included in the rent? That makes no sense to me.
You know,
Plus, you're already
actually,
paying your electric bill.
I actually did when we were renting. It had, you know, maintenance, and I got scolded basically for not changing the filters, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I didn't know I was supposed to do that." They're
That's why
like,
they
"Then
need a
you move
camera,
out
like the
charge."
Airbnb. They
No,
need a camera in your place.
no.
Find out you're doing your.
Noelle also says when she's good. Oh, and the smart home feed. That's what we were talking about, the technology package.
Smart home fee for a Ring doorbell that I've never had.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's kind of scary, actually. A Ring
Yeah.
doorbell that you don't have access to.
yeah, that's a weird thing.
That's like
And
a
also those
landlord.
Ring,
Yeah.
I don't have a Ring doorbell, but they can hear things too, right? You can hear.
Yeah.
So if you're like within a distance of it, they could hear you talking, or if you have a front porch area where you would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
People
don't like
talk
that.
to you.
Yeah, you should. Here's the thing with these things again are a lot of people will say that they're okay if they're transparent, if they tell you ahead of time, you know, and many of these fees they do lay out when you sign the contract. The problem is you don't have a choice because there's no other place to go. That's the problem with a lot of them. I mean,
Well,
I'd
we've
like to
talked.
be able to say, no, I don't want the camera. No, I'm not interested in the, you know, whatever it is here.
I'm not interested in most of it.
You know, it's most of it. All right.
Well, we've talked. You and I have both talked to this past like legislative session with, you know, several state lawmakers that were trying to, because one of the biggest things that even we have talked to tenants, talked to renters, you know, if they were just given the option to opt out, they would maybe be more okay with it, because maybe there are people who, you know, want a trash valet service. Maybe I'm not one of them, but maybe there are. You're not one of them.
$40 for somebody to put a
Well,
can
maybe
in
they
front of
have
my
maybe they
container.
have mobility issues,
Yeah,
and maybe
okay,
they
all right,
want
I
it.
get it, I
But
get
the
it.
option is that they have, you know, they can weigh in and get it or not.
Right.
But then all those bills that did that, none of them got heard.
That's the thing. I don't know if I want to go into this one or not because it's going to take a lot of time, or we can go to some other one, but it's up to you. You're next.
Let's do.
Or this one.
Let's go. Let's do the chip windshield insurance.
Okay. All right.
This is one that Chad wrote into us. This is also what's bugging a lot of people. So Chad wrote, don't fix those windshield glass chips too often. I would never known that fixing glass chips would come back to cause me so much trouble when looking for other insurance companies. So Chad basically had, you know, driving around like we all do the valley. There's so much construction, everything gets popped up. You've probably gotten like a chip in your windshield. And then in Arizona, you're supposed to be at least offered the, you know, glass coverage at no cost, no deductible glass coverage. So, but if you put it in and have your insurance pay to come fix it, it's charged against you. So the next time you go for insurance, it's counting as like a negative mark. Essentially, whether you like, it's just like getting a speeding ticket.
Exactly. One of the insurance agents said it's basically like a ticket. You know, like, and where do you think? Okay, well, the windshield has no fault of my own. I am speeding, so I understand why that might be something that's a negative.
Ticket, yeah.
But I mean, the fact that a rock hit my windshield. I mean, my God, we're in Arizona. That's why the state law requires they have to have that. One of like 6 states that has to have actual no deductible insurance offered to you. It's ridiculous. So this guy, not only did he have, all right, so he tries to get other insurance, right? And he's being told, no, you have too many claims. And he says, what claims? He goes, well, we have all these claims. So he had 4 windshield claims in like 2 years. 3 were just filling the chip.
But like
only one was replacing the windshield. So 3 of them were just taking that stuff and filling the chip, which costs nothing. So, but you're apparently seen as a risk. The problem with it is all these highfalutin, fancy windshields like Tesla, where it's like $5,000 to replace a windshield. You know, mine is like $350. I have a 2012 Kia. It's $350 to replace the windshield, or $700. I pay half, whatever it is. But it's like, you know, it's so minimal. So yeah, that's the reason apparently, because they're saying that it costs so much to do.
All the tech that comes with it, the sensors and everything like that has to be replaced.
The inside little camera they have on it now, I don't know, whatever. But it's, to me, it's ridiculous. Do we have another one with that one or no? Oh no. So yeah, have you guys had windshield problems with not only how many times has it happened to you, but have you had trouble getting insurance with anybody else once you try? It used to be, I'd say every couple years, everybody needs to try to, and you probably still should do that, try to go with a different insurance company and see if you can get a better rate.
Estimates, yeah, see if you can get a better
rate. It's free to get an estimate, but man, that's just crazy. And the fact that he didn't have more than one windshield.
Well, and I also feel like Arizona roads are awful.
Yeah.
But I always feel like you get one, and then all of a sudden, because you're probably driving the same way to work or wherever you're going, and then all of a sudden you get 5 cracked windshields in like a month.
Yeah.
Yeah. My husband, he had three in like, it might have been 3 weeks. Like it was.
Yeah. It does. I mean, it's just, you never know. I mean, it could go 2 years. Well, not even 2 years, probably at least a year without one. And then you have a bunch.
Well, like it's almost
like speeding tickets. Oops. It's been a dearth of speeding tickets for me, though. I haven't had one in a long time. So anyway, I don't think we're going to be going too much longer here, but we talked about Airbnbs and cameras. That's interesting. We talked about windshields being cracked, talked about rental fees,
copyright,
and copyrights. If you use a picture, don't use a picture without seeing where it came from first. Anyway, we're with Let Joe Know team, ABC15. We're on every day in the morning, 6:30 and 4:30, also all the time at ABC15.com. So let us know what's bugging you guys, and we'll take a look at it sometime, all right?
I feel like you need to calm down after the rental fees.
I know, man. The rental fees are bad. All right, guys. We'll see you next time.